Hey everyone, so in this video we're talking about bike body separation. So what is that? Really it's just about us moving around on the bikes, moving the bikes underneath us. So it's about our bodies being separate from the bike. So we can do that in a variety of ways, being taller, being lower, moving forward, moving backward, and then moving the bike side to side. So in this video we're talking about the forward to backward, or sometimes we'll say fore and aft. So the forward component. So if I'm sitting on my saddle and I'm climbing up a hill and I'm just pedaling in easy gear, have you ever noticed sometimes your front tire can start to lift up on you? So that's typically because you don't have enough weight through that front end of your bike. So in that case, really all I might need to do is just drop my chest a little bit to put a little more weight through the front of my bike. Also, I could just lower my wrists a little bit. Again, putting a little more downward force through my handlebars to prevent that front tire from popping up. But what if I'm getting to a spot and there's a rock, or we'll say a step up that we call it. So in that instance, I might first have to unweight the front tire. So again, I am not going to be leaning forward because otherwise too much pressure on that front of the bike. So it's going to slam into the rock. It's probably not going to roll up it. So I might have to do a little wheel lift or just kind of use a little bit of momentum, let it pop up there, but then as soon as my front wheel's up there, I can't stay back. I need to do something to keep that momentum going forward. So if it's a smaller rock, it might just be I'm lowering my chest a little bit to get my tire up and over, or if it's a larger rock or root, I might have to get my tire up and then stand and shift my hips forward or shift my weight forward so that that momentum keeps going upward and it's now up and over the rock. Which can be a really hard skill. So talking about backward, when do I need to shift my hips backward? Oftentimes I'll hear people ask like, oh, I'm going downhill. What do I do? And someone else in the group will say, oh, just put your butt all the way back. And that's not really good advice because if I'm going down a trail, first of all, my seat's out of my way, it's down. But if I'm going down a trail and it's not that steep and I'm way back here, I have no control of the front of my bike. I might hit a rock and I could lose control pretty easily. So really it's all about the center of mass on our bikes, which generally it's our bottom bracket, which is right through our feet. So center of mass here, my center of mass as a woman, it's in my hips. So if I'm going down a trail and it's only this steep, I want to put my hips just slightly behind my bike's center of mass. So really, I'm only right here. I'm still hovering above my saddle. But say it gets steeper, rockier, okay, I need to be a little further back, so I'm right about here. If I'm in Sedona or Moab going down a really steep slab and it's like this, then okay, yes, now I'm further back. So it all depends on the steepness, but generally when I'm shifting my hips back, I want to make sure I'm staying low, because remember, the lower we can lower our center of mass, the more stable we are on our bikes. And I'm not pulling away either. I want to still have control through the front of my bike. So forward, backward. So in this demonstration, I'm just going to kind of pedal into it, get in that low position, and then see how far I'm comfortable going forward, and then shifting my hips backward. And this is just to get a feel of, are you comfortable moving forward and backward on your bike? So forward. Forward, backward. So bike body separation, forward and backward.